It's Louie Ortiz from the HGTV Featured Louie Ortiz group. And, today I wanted to talk about something that's a little bit different than what we typically talk about here at the Louie Ortiz group. I wanted to talk about, some of the social injustices that we're seeing around the country and address some of the protests and things that we've seen going on, not just here in the United States, but frankly throughout the world. And I also want to share with you a quick little story. I was traveling recently. I was in New Mexico on a fly fishing trip, and I spent some time in Sedona and also in the Grand Canyon area. And I went to have dinner at this little restaurant in the Flagstaff area. And I completely by surprise, I was surrounded by protesters. In fact, the video here that you see in the video is a little excerpt from that. And I actually spent a little bit of time talking to some of the protesters to kind of get a feel and listen to what their frustration is. And, it's really frustrating with so many people around the world frustrated. Here at the Louie Ortiz group, we stand in solidarity against the fight against racism. But we're not advocates for violence or vandalism. And I think that when people get angry and they take it a little too far, that doesn't really solve the problem. And I completely understand the frustration because I share that same frustration. We've seen racism, we've seen police brutality for decades and for generations here in the United States. And I think a lot of us have had the luxury of being able to look away. And I think now is the time for us to take some action to see what we can do to really make these things change. What does that look like, though? As I sat there in this restaurant watching these protesters, I thought about what can I personally do to affect change? Well, some of it, I think, is just listening and learning. A big part of it is that, sometimes we get caught up in our own little world and we don't take the time to listen and learn about what's going on around the world or with other areas around us. And I think this is a very important item. I think it's very important for us to come together as a community, but even just individuals around you, learn and about differences in, religion or different races, and just learn about, some of the differences and see what we can do to come together as a community and as a country. And even more than that, some of us are active on social media. Maybe we can create a Facebook group and start talking about, ways that we can make some changes in our community to address some of these growing issues. Maybe you can write a letter to your congressman or senator, or get involved in local politics. Maybe it's a city councilman or a mayor, or maybe it's somebody at the police force to talk to about things that can happen. So there are items that we can do as individuals to affect change. And I just thought I would take a moment to share this message, very important message with you, because I share the frustration, and again, we stand in complete solidarity with the fight against racism and police brutality, and it's got to stop. If you have any comments or suggestions, please give me a call, or any member of our team. We'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. And comment here in the video. We'd love to hear your ideas on ways to fight the racism that we see for so many decades here in the United States. If there's anything we can help you with real estate, please contact us, and we look forward to catching up with you very soon.